Hey YouTube! What is up? Brian Fanafan17 here. Welcome back to another Rate That Fan. In this series, I will go through different ceiling fans, various ceiling fans, and basically rate them from a scale of 1 to 100. I do each fan by individual finish, and sometimes, depending on certain other features about it, I don't just rate general models. I'll do specific finishes. I will still be including the fan's rarity as I rate each individual ceiling fan as well. And yeah, that's basically all there is to know about the series, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so a little refresher from last time. I basically, to give kind of an introduction to the series for the pilot episode, which was last episode, I decided to rate 4 ceiling fans basically off the top of my head, that I could think of off the top of my head. So, we started with a fan that I could think of that was very popular and very common, which is the classic style 2nd gen in white. Then I did one that I knew was very rare, which was the California Gold. Then I thought of one that I knew was kind of my least favorite, the Huntington 3 in white. And then I did one of my favorites, which was the Veranda Deluxe, that was 36-inch in brown and brass, with a Tiffany 4 light. So, now, in this episode, that was kind of a little bit of a sample, so now we're going to kind of really start getting into rating lots of fans per episode. And in this particular episode, we'll see kind of how much time we have, but I'm going to try to rate all the ceiling fans that are in my house. This includes both my new house and my old house, and basically all the fans that were ever in either of them or that are going to be in them, which when I say that, I mean really just the Zonix that still, unfortunately, needs to be installed on my front porch. But anyway, so to get into the new house, right now, as you guys know, I only have a total of 4 ceiling fans installed, and they are the original fans. There have obviously not been any fans installed before those. I mean, literally, because this house is brand new, and they were installed as the house was being built. So they're the original fans to the house, and then the Zonix, of course, is going to sort of technically be a bit of an original fan. It should have been an original fan of the house as well, but they just forgot to put electrical out on the porch. So, first, we're going to start off with the Fanimation Sculptair. That is the fan you probably see in the background when I am doing all these intro videos, like the intro videos for Rate That Fan and Rate That Song. You see a fan in the background, that's the Fanimation Sculptair. And also, I mean, since this is the fan community, I'm sure probably a lot of you probably watch my channel and have seen me. I even have a full demo of it on my YouTube channel, and I've included it in several videos of fans around my new house. So, I already told the story of how I picked it out. I guess I can sort of tell it again in a nutshell. I picked it out because it was easiest to have a new fan in here to begin with instead of a vintage fan. And I was originally just going to put another Spitfire in here, because that's the fan I have in the living room as a placeholder. But I ended up just looking through the catalog, and I looked at the Sculptair. I was like, this is really cool, and it's the same brushed satin brass. It comes in that brushed satin brass finish that all the other fans in the house have. So I'm really glad I ended up picking it, because it actually looks dope, in my opinion. So I don't know. Oh man, I'm gonna have to think a little bit of a rating for it, because I don't know. I really like it. I fear that if I rate it above the California Gold, fan collectors are going to be furious with me if I say I like it better than the California Gold, especially vintage fan collectors. But I would not say I would say it's around that point now, but compared to the Veranda Deluxe, I love vintage fans a lot. So it's hard to say. Oh man, I really like it though a lot. And I don't know. I don't see a lot of them out in the wild right now. Mine is the only picture or video on the internet of one that's not a catalog picture from Fanimation. That's one that's installed just somewhere. So they're not, you don't see them a lot right now. I'm hoping maybe I'll eventually start seeing them more in public. I don't know how rare they're going to be, but or when they'll discontinue them. What is my rating gonna be? I really like, especially the brushed satin brass one a lot, and also the chrome one too. I know I'm probably gonna get a little bit of hate for this, but I am going to say it's a 97 for me because I really like them a lot. And the California Gold I really like a lot too. They're very, as far as their actual appearance goes, I have to say the Sculptor, I just love the way it looks. And I also love the way the California Gold looks too. But I also love the California Gold because it is it's just really rare. I mean, this fan, you could say if they discontinue it, if they were to discontinue it right now at this moment, it would probably become a pretty rare fan because I've not seen a lot of them, heard a lot about a lot of them getting sold, as I just explained. Brushed satin brass, 3 blades. Blades are clear. That's one of the things I love about it. And the rarity of it, I was just getting into that. So if they were to discontinue it right now, I still don't think I'd say it's as rare as the California Gold, but it probably wouldn't be very common because I just haven't seen like pictures of them out and about other than really mine, and that's it. So but they are still being made today, and I saw the most recent issue of the Fanimation catalog still has them. So they're still being sold today. They could continue to get sold and become more popular. So that's already going to add at least 10 points to it right there. And I don't know, I might even just say a 10 in general, because there could be a lot of them installed out there and fan collectors just haven't made a lot of videos of them yet. I'm going to go with a 20. Because I do think they aren't super common, but you can easily go get one right now, so it's hard to say that they're really that rare. And then, of course, we know I was able to get one for my bedroom, so, yeah, I'm going to say that's a 20 for that one. Fanimation Sculptor, and my rating is a 97 because those fans look dope. Okay, so the next fan we're going to do is a Fanimation Spitfire. Particularly, let me flip the catalog and see if I can find it here. I know it's somewhere in here. I'm just looking up sizes and stuff. But because the Spitfires, as you guys probably know, come in many different combos. You can even sort of like customize what finish and what blades you want. In fact, mine is a bit custom. There isn't a picture of it in the catalog. Okay, Spitfire. Okay, sorry that took a little while, but here we go. So the Spitfire comes, you can have it flush mounted or on a down rod, and it comes in various sizes. I think it appears like it just comes in 48-inch and 60-inch. Those are the only two finishes sizes it actually comes in. Finishes, there are many of them. It comes in many different finishes. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say many, but quite a few. And you can do different combos, too. And mine is particularly a white and brushed satin brass combo that's flush mount with no light. So that's a bit specific. So let's see. I wish I could start kind of typing out, but I have to think about where it's going to go on the scale. It's probably going to go below here. So insert row below. Fanimation Spitfire, And this version is, the one in my living room is 48-inch, and it is brushed satin brass with 3 blades. Actually, no, not just brushed satin brass. Brushed satin brass in white, 3 blades. And, oh, that's tricky. Other info, it is flush mount with no light. And there's like, now the flush mount ones I have to say I might like a little more because the flush mount kits on them are cool. But I would not say I like them quite as much as the Sculptor, or any of them for that matter. But I also always have had sort of kind of a bit of a secret liking for them ever since they came out, actually probably a good 5, 6, 7 years ago now. And I would say that particular one, that one that's in my living room, it's hard to say if it's my all-time favorite version of that fan finish. I just picked it because it matched all the finishes in our house. But I do really like it a lot. So it's definitely higher than 50. I think I'm going to give it a flat 60. Because I do really like it, but probably not quite as much as the Sculptor. The Sculptor is awesome. And rarity, oh, that's tricky. I'm probably going to have to go with another 20 for it, because it's a very custom finish. I shouldn't, actually, it's not a custom finish at all. What am I saying? It's a custom combination, I guess I should say. It's not listed here as a picture in the catalog. Actually, there are no versions of the Sculptor, both 60-inch or 48-inch, on a down rod or flush mount that show it in white and brushed satin brass. I see, like, sort of a whiskey wood and brushed satin brass, but that's it. So, I don't think those are very common. I don't think I've ever seen a white and brushed satin brass one out in public of any version of it. And then particularly flush mounted, it's probably pretty uncommon because of that exact particular combination. But then again, you can still go out and get it. I think they're also still carrying the Spitfire, so you could still go out and get it. So I'd have to give it the same as a Sculptor, probably about a 20. All right, so the next fan we're going to do is a Fanimation Cute. It's probably going to go right about here. Fanimation Cute 52-inch. It is also white in brushed satin brass and white, and it's 3 blades. And I don't think there's any notes. Now this particular fan, this is the only, there's 2 of them in my house, as you guys know, both the upstairs bedrooms, but that's the only model of Fanimation fan that I have in my house. It's a DC Fanimation. And I really like it. They probably blow the most air out of all the out of all the fans in our house. And not to mention, the finish is really good on it, and it also has a really good look. Again, I wouldn't say it's quite up there with the level of Sculptor, but I'm probably going to rate it pretty close. In fact, I think it's going to get tied with the California Gold at a 95, because I really like, I don't know, they're just cool. They're modern looking, but they also just, you can just look at them and they just look like really good. Like good, well-made modern fans. And they're very powerful. I love all the features. They have all the DC features on the wall control and fan sync. It's really great. And now, I don't know, particularly the version with the light, yeah, no, I'd still rate it a 95. Without a light, I really like it a lot too. But with the light, we're just doing fans that are particularly in the house. We'll cover that later, other finishes of the cute later. But as far as rarity goes, I'm probably gonna have to say there you actually can. It's actually without a light, but there is a fan in the catalog you can see a white and brushed satin brass version of it, the 52-inch cute. They also come in 44-inch as well. But the 52-inch one, you can see that finish in the catalog. I'm just gonna do a quick research here. Get out of Marsh Supermarket and search up Fanimation Cute. Yeah, see, there's one right there. Yeah, see, Cole Semanco has a 44-inch white and brass one. He did a product review of one. I should watch that, actually. I don't think I got around. See, that's exactly like the one in the, actually, that one almost looks animated, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, it's on the Lowe's website, too. You purchased it at Lowe's? You know, it looks like, I think that's Connor's room. I think Connor has a 44-inch white one, too. So, I think they're probably more common than the other two fans I just rated. There we go. So a rarity, I'm probably going to have to go with probably more than 50 in this case. Maybe a 60, because I think they're a little more common. I think you can see them out in the wild, even particularly the 52-inch white and brushed satin brass one, like the ones that are in the upstairs bedrooms. So, yes, I'll put with light as other info. So, yep, that covers the cute. Alright, guys, so this is me a lot later on. As you can see, I even created a separate version of the document here. I realized that, I tried to do both my new house and my old house, and it ended up being way too long. It ended up being about the length of 2 episodes, actually. So I ended up deciding to do part 1 and part 2. But then after I did the whole thing, I realized I forgot to do the Sonics when I was doing my new house. So I created this separate version of the document so I don't give you guys any spoilers of what I've rated the fans that were in my old house. But, so we're going to do the Fanimation Sonics. This is going to be a little tricky because I've never actually, it hasn't been installed yet, so I can't really give a full review yet because of that. It might change. This rating, let's just say this rating might change after I get it installed. But as far as looks go, just I'm trying to find it in the catalog here. That would be helpful to know where it is. Actually, I think it might be towards the end. So the Fanimation Sonics, mine is particularly a Sonics Wet Custom, the one that I got. So I'm probably gonna do down here. Fanimation Sonics Wet Custom. Size is 52-inch. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. White 3 blades. And my rating of the fan, I've heard some iffy things out. Some people said they're actually not very good, which I'm hoping maybe that's only true to like a minor extent. I hope it's not like awful when we get it installed out there. But as far as looks go, they're childhood fans. I mean, there's not the original Sonics is obviously the childhood one, but the Sonics Wet doesn't even look that much different other than it looks even like more advanced and stuff, and it doesn't have a pull chain. So I really like the way they look. And then as far as quality goes, I might for now just take off of what other people have said, that it's just kind of mediocre. And just see if I can find anything about it. Oh, there's a video one being installed. Fanimation Sonics ceiling fan. That's my sighting of one. I saw those. Or no, I didn't see those ones. Those were at a different Lucky Brand jeans in Canada. But I don't know, I really like the way they look. No one's saying anything about the rating. Maybe I have to watch a video of one, but oh, sorry, I had to cut there. I accidentally revealed the full list. As far as the actual fan goes, I think the rating is going to be, probably a 55 for now, because I do really like the way they look. Or actually, you know what? Just a flat-out 50. Just kind of right in between, because they look simple, modern. They don't look like the best fans I've ever seen, and then I've heard mixed things about quality, and some people say they're not great quality, so I don't know. Now, as far as a Zonix Wet Custom in white, I'm not finding a lot of pictures of them on YouTube here. There's a... no, that one has a chain on it. It's like more like that one. I'm actually not seeing any white ones here. Oh, here's some, but I think those might be older ones with pull chains. Zonix. Yeah, I'm not seeing any white ones on here, but again, you can still get them. I think they're still being made, and I don't know because I'm not finding any ones in that exact particular finish. I don't know. I did see a lot of the white ones in Vegas, but they had the pull chain. As far as the actual custom wet ones, I might even have to go as far to say a 10, but I'm a little hesitant to do that because I don't know, maybe they're just common and a lot of people haven't filmed them or something. But for now, I'm going to go with the 10. Or actually, you know what, maybe 11. Just because I think they might be a little bit more, like just a little bit more. Or actually, no, sorry, what am I saying? Not 10, 20. They're in the 20s. That's what I'm saying, like at the level of the Spitfire and the Sculptor. But I might go with the 21 just because I think they might be a little more common than those fans. Though, I don't know. I'm hesitant between a 20, 21. Actually, you know, I'm just going to do 20. I'm going to say it's the same as the Spitfire and the Sculptor. Particularly, this is the Wet Custom one, not the one with the pull chain. Those ones are really common. But the Wet Custom one, I couldn't find any videos of them or any pictures of them out in the wild. So, I've also decided that I am going to re-rate the Spitfire. I think I was a little bit too harsh on it, actually, when I said that it was a 60. I think I'm actually going to go up to maybe like a 70 or even a 75 because it's actually a really good performer and it looks pretty decent. I still don't think I like it as much as the Cute or the Sculptor, but it's a pretty decent fan. I really like mostly all the fans in my house, my new house, a lot. And like I said, this might happen occasionally in the series where I rate a fan, and then I later look back on it and I was like, what was I thinking? I think I'm going to have to change that rating. So that's exactly what happened here. So that's pretty much it for the portion that involves the ceiling fans in my new house. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And now in the next video, it's going to be the ceiling fans in my old house. So as always, remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Take care.